are. We're going to welcome to Fort Dodge. We're going to honor the 100 game-winning pitchers.
She helped Benton Community to a state runner-up finish in 2015 and the 2016 Class 3A state championship. In last year's state championship game, she struck out a state record 19 batters and also tossed the 53rd no-hitter in state tournament history. She was captain of the 2016 all-tournament team. She enjoyed an outstanding freshman season this year playing for nationally ranked Minnesota. With a record of 102-16 from Benton Community, Amber Pfizer.
Amber Pfizer of Benton Community there. The first 100-game winner recognized is Gene Berger, the executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. As we're joining our broadcast a little early.
Was on the mound for 2 state championship teams. Pitching for Johnston High School, she helped lead the Dragons to 4 Class 5A state championship games, winning state crowns in 2014 and 2016. A 4-time All-State selection, she'll begin her sophomore season playing softball at Western Kentucky. With a record of 104-11 from Johnston, Haley Towers.
Haley Towers from Johnston.
This honoree compiled a 104-19 record as a 5-year starter for Carlisle. She helped the Wildcats reach 4 state tournaments, including a runner-up finish in Class 4A last year. A 3-year first-team All-State selection, she was named to 4 all-tournament teams. She'll begin her 2nd season playing softball at Des Moines Area Community College next fall while studying to be a physical therapist. From Carlisle, Gabby Stodhorst.
Gabby Stodhorst from Carlisle. Again, these are your 100-game winning pitchers here.
Hurler guided her team to the state tournament twice. She reached the Class 2A finals in 2015 while placing 3rd in Class 1A in 2016. She collected first-team All-State honors as a junior and senior and was a second-team All-State pick as a sophomore. A 4-year letter winner in 4 different sports, she'll begin her sophomore year playing softball at Indian Hills Community College. Owning a record of 110-34, welcome 100-game winner Abby Straight from Logan Magnolia.
That's Abby Straight from Logan Magnolia. There with Gene Berger.
Our final honoree was a 5-year starter for New London. She helped the Tigers reach state tournaments twice and was named to the Class 1A all-tournament team both of those times. She owns 9 school records with over 1,000 career strikeouts. She'll be a sophomore pitcher at Illinois State next fall, recording a career record of 116-25 from New London, Morgan Christner.
Morgan Christner from New London. So we have Amber Fisher from Benton Community, Gabby Schnotthorst from Carlisle, Haley Towers from Johnston, Abby Straight from Logan Magnolia, and Morgan Christner, New London, the 100-game winners. And honored here with a plaque at the state tournament. As we get ready, we'll have their next 2A semifinal coming up. I-35 taking on Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont. And the game coming up here in just a little bit. As we get ready for that, we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll do our pregame, our setup for this matchup coming up here. That's coming up after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to everyone.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we got it all.
Referral and word of mouth. That's the main ways we receive our customers now, and after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none, and we're committed to it. And I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman, Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat and referral.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Network. Darn Danielson here as we get ready for the starting lineups for these two teams. The Rockets and the Roadrunners here. I-35 will be the home team, and EBF will be the visiting team. Brooke Schaefer, Emily Davis, Elaine Heinig, Jade Johnson, Faith Roberts, Cheyenne Barnett, Lexi Taylor, and Eleanor Breon. We missed her. These are the reserves. Travis Stout and Jara Jensen are the assistant coaches. Leading off, playing left field, Terrence Swartz. Batting second, pitching, Randy Richmond. Batting third, playing shortstop, Hagen Boyer. Batting fourth, catching, Claire Jager. Batting fifth, center field, Raina Taylor. Terry Lane batting sixth, playing first base. Designated player is Darian Johnson, batting seventh. Batting eighth, playing second, is Brianna Versteeg. Madison Wade batting ninth, playing right field. And Peyton Heineck is the flex player. Tony Fenton is the head coach. Now the reserves for I-35 in the blue uniforms, blue tops there. Holly Finley. Sky Delzell. Summer Pasuti. Macy Andrews. Jalen Bush. Bailey Haug. Cheyenne Loomis. Carly McCudden. Katie Greenwell. Haley Brandt. Ava Knoll. Assistant coaches for I-35, Libby Bemis, Lexi Crozier, the assistant coaches. The starting lineup leading off, playing center field, number 34, Lily Miller. Batting second and pitching, number 9, Carlin Stanley. Batting third, playing second base, Kate Stanley. Batting fourth, playing first base, Josie Wickett. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, Sly Richardson. Sly Richardson, rather. Batting sixth, playing and catching, Shy Major. Batting seventh, playing third base, Riley Morris. The designated player is Cheyenne Hyatt. Batting eighth. Batting ninth is the right fielder, Olivia Carlson. And the flex is Keanne Williamson. And the head coach is Tim Boggs. Andrew Banstro with me. And let's take a quick look at what do you see out of these two teams on first glance, Andrew?
Well, right away, the first thing I see out of I-35 is just incredibly impressive numbers offensively, not to mention defensively. Let's start out with Carlin Stanley. She reached her 1,000th career strikeout this year, and she leads 2A, all of 2A softball, with 329 strikeouts this year. Absolutely phenomenal. Offensively, she's hitting .437. And she has 35 RBIs. On any other team, that would just be phenomenal. And it still is, but compared to her teammates, it's just average. Lily Miller, the leadoff hitter, is hitting .500. Josie Wickett is hitting .538 with 38 RBIs and 8 home runs. Sly Richardson hitting .456 with 37 RBIs. And Kate Stanley hitting .402. Now looking at Eddyville, they're not too shabby themselves. They've got a .410 hitter in Claire Jagger, 3 home runs on the year. They set a record this year for home runs in a season. And Hagen Boyder, I should say, she has 15 home runs on the year with 56 RBIs, hitting .350. A lot of offensive firepower out of both these squads.
And it is the 10th trip for I-35, their 3rd straight. They finished 5th last year. It's the 3rd time to state for Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, and their 2nd time in 4 years. And the winner here will meet Iowa City Regina, the 2-1 winner in our earlier matchup over Durant, and they will play about 24 hours from now, tomorrow afternoon, early evening. Well, it'll be early evening, wouldn't it? 4:55 somewhere. Yeah, at right back here for the 2A title, as we're set for. Well, we got 2 more classes to decide here. We have this one, and then we'll have a 1A matchup coming up after this. And that'll be at, let's see, what time is that? That is at
7, I believe.
7, yeah. 7 o'clock. So that would be Key High and Westwood at 7 o'clock right here. As I didn't catch all the other scores. I know earlier here we had Waukee beating Cedar Rapids Kennedy 2-0, Pleasant Valley 2-1 over Urbandale, and we told you Iowa City Regina over Durant 2-1. And we'll get the other scores from the other diamond for you coming up. Leading off, Terrence Schwartz, the left fielder, will get it started here for EBF. This one is ripped foul on the first pitch, so no waiting here, hitting the first pitch right away for EBF. And I think that's what I'll call him most of the time. Instead of the whole 3 names, and that one goes foul for strike 2.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yep. Or we'll call them the Rockets.
That works too.
And so quickly in the hole, Terrence Schwartz.
Schwartz, a .356 hitter on the year.
She steps in there and looked like moving up against Randy or Carlin Stanley. And slapped again. She's looking to slap it somewhere, and this one goes foul. 1-2. And this one slapped toward the second baseman. Slow roller, and she's going to be over with an infield single. And we used to see a lot more of that slap style. It was, everybody was doing it for a while. Now they switched a little bit. You still see it, though.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, a lot of the times with left-handed hitters, you will see that, especially when they're speedy, and especially for Terrence Schwartz. It worked out, and there was absolutely no chance at a play on that one.
That brings up the pitcher, Randy Richmond, for the Rockets. With the runner on, she tries to bunt that, and it's fouled away. Didn't quite get square on that.
And they're not quite as good of an offensive team numbers-wise as Eddyville, or should I say the Rockets. So they're going to try to play a little small ball here. You have none down, you get a runner on first, try to move her over to second and score when you're playing a high-powered team like I-35.
This one bunted high, and a battle for it. The third baseman comes up with it there. Riley Morris, but almost two players running into each other, so fly out to the third baseman for out number 1, but they were pulled in for the bunt, and Riley Morris is able to get it, almost ran into her own pitcher there.
It was a really good play. She ran past it and then dove backwards to try to get it successfully.
Shortstop Hagen Boyer up, takes a pitch outside, ball.
And Boyer had just under half of her team's home runs this year, 15 of them, and 56 RBIs, a .350 hitter.
It's got some pop in the bat. And this one fouled off.
And another thing you notice looking at this I-35 team, they have a lot of height, especially in their infield.
Yeah, good size, don't they? You look down the third base line, first base, even second, short. They're all tall players. This one swing and a miss for strike 2. And 1-2 the count, 1 out, runner at first for EBF. Top of the first. Runner takes a big lead in the strikeout for out number 2.
And pulls the string on that one, looking for something to swing at there, and just swung a little bit too hard right over it.
Claire Yeager, the catcher, steps in with 2 outs and a runner at first. Slaps this one foul. I've seen just 1 home run here on this diamond today, but it was a big one as it propelled Pleasant Valley into the title game. As they downed Urbandale 2-1. That home run, the go-ahead run there. Ball 2, or ball 1, excuse me, 1-1. Here on the catcher, Claire Yeager. That one inside.
Jagger, a .410 hitter on the year. That's good for best on this EBF team.
And strike called. 2-2. So 2's across the top of the board there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a runner on first. In the top of the first for EBF. That one high. Runner down and in easily as the throw bounces out. Schwartz at the stolen base. And we got a full count on the batter.
And that's Schwartz' 18th stolen base on the year. That's best. That's the best on this Rocket team.
Yeager will have to protect the plate here. This fouled off. And she hangs in there. It has cooled off a little bit out there with the clouds. Not a lot, but a lot better than it was in the heat of the day here. And that one's high, and it's a base on balls. So Yeager battles back and draws the walk. So runners at first and second. Raina Taylor, the center fielder, will come to the plate.
Definitely feels good up here, though, in the air-conditioned press box.
Taylor coming up, what's she hitting on the season?
She is a .378 hitter.
378. So she'll be looking to hit one in the gap, drive in the first run of the ball game here is Carly Stanley.
She has 16 RBIs on the year. She'd like to make that at least 17 with a base hit.
Stanley would like to shut this off right here with 2 outs. And here we go. Strike called right down the middle. First and third baseman in a little bit. Outfield medium. That ball's outside. Catcher thought about that snap throw down the first and decided no.
May as well not throw one away.
Yeah, let's not mess around and give him easy base or maybe a run here. This one's driven toward the middle. It'll be hung up there in the shortstop. Will handle it, Sly Richardson, and retire the side for EBF. They get no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of the half inning, no score. We'll come to the bottom of the first with I-35 batting. That's coming up next after this on CISN.TV.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history.
Believes in competition and good sportsmanship. Who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Here we are. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Lily Miller, the center fielder, will lead it off for I-35. And there's the pitch, and it's driven toward left field. She stumbled, and I don't know if she's injured. She pulled something there, but she made the catch. Terry Schwartz came in and kind of stumbled, made the catch, but Taryn Schwartz there, well, she tried to run a little bit and might have just overstretched something as she came in and caught some cleats on the grass out there, but to her credit, she made the play.
Yeah, that was a really good play. I thought it was going to go over her head, and she just stretched that glove out. With those big softball gloves, she was able to just snow cone it.
Brings up Carlin Stanley, the pitcher. With one out, takes a strike. Yeah, it came off the bat. You could even hear it up here through the window. It was a good crack, and it looked like it was lifting, but she was there and then put on the brakes. And this one is lifted towards center, going back. It's in the gap. It drops in there. She'll head for second and stand up with a double. Carlin Stanley.
Helping her own cause.
Gets a double with one out, and runner now in scoring position for the second baseman, Kate Stanley.
And Carlin Stanley, for her, that is her 17th double on the year. That's good for best on the team.
Kate Stanley will come to the plate.
Kate Stanley, a .402 hitter on the year.
You got the senior Stanley at second and the sophomore at the plate. She steps in. One out. Down the line, foul.
Great contact on that one, though, just a little bit ahead.
Randy Richmond on the mound for EBF. Terry Lane at first, Brianna Versteeg at second, Hagen Boyer at shortstop, and Peyton Heineck at third. And this one, she lifts over the right side.
So she's gone foul to the left, foul to the right. Now see if she can't put one up the middle.
Now she'll be looking to drive one up the middle. Taryn Swartz, Rina Taylor, and Madsen Wade, the outfield left to right for EBF. Here's the pitch, and she swings and misses and strikes her out. Reaching on that one. We're 2 down now. So both these teams have advanced a runner to second. And EBF wasn't able to bring them home. Let's see what happens here. This one left it high.
And coming right at her, right away with the off speed. You know how good of a bat is at the plate. Josie Wick at a .538 hitter on the year.
And that one hung up. Now she brings it down there for strike, 1-1.
Good job keeping her guessing.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And just low and outside for ball 2. To the first baseman.
It's not often you see a baseball or softball player hitting anywhere over 500, and very impressive when you do.
Strike. Swinging. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2's across the top. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second.
And good job by the pitcher, Randy Richmond, keeping Wicket guessing so far.
And that one's just outside, runs count full. Wicket looking to deliver. Maybe an RBI here, depending on where she hits it. And Randy Richmond says, nope, none of that. She strikes her out. So, same line in the first inning for I-35. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base at the end of one complete. No score here in this 2A semifinal. Back with the second inning after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Top of the second inning for EBF, Terry Lane. The first baseman leads it off with the big swing and miss. Here against I-35, Carlin Stanley on the mound. Shea Major behind the plate, Josie Wickett at first, Kate Stanley at second, Sly Richardson at shortstop as she follows it back, Riley Morris at third. Outfield left to right, Keanne Williamson, Lily Miller, and Olivia Carlson for I-35. As Terry Lane falls to 0-1, or 0-2 rather. That one's outside.
And Lane, a .267 hitter on the year.
1-2 pitch slapped toward the second baseman. A little easy put out there. 4-3. Round number one. That'll bring up the designated player, Darian Johnson.
Johnson, a .341 hitter.
With one out. She's batting in the 7 spot. Takes a strike. Holds off on that one. 1-1. Looks like the sun out a little bit to our left here as that one comes in low. See a lot of EBF fans out there in the bleacher seats out in the outfield, and they're yellow, they're gold. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Or excuse me, in the second inning, 1 out. For Darian Johnson, the designated player. This one is lifted high. Will it stay in play? Not quite. Enough room there. Doesn't look like. Unless she, nope, she didn't see the umpire raises.
It's hard to
and
tell
they're in
from
front of
our
us.
angle.
Yeah, it got right down in front there. Or it's out of our viewing area, but. And she hangs in there at 2-2. Fouls another one off. Darian Johnson. Fouls off the third pitch.
Johnson, a sophomore who plays second base in 82 at-bats, has 28 hits and 21 runs, 6 of those hits being extra base hits, all doubles. Excuse me, 2 home runs as well.
This one lifted high. It's going to stay there. Looks like the shortstop will come over and make the play. So fly out to the shortstop for out number 2. As Sly Richardson handles that one. It'll bring up Brianna Versteeg, the second baseman.
And Versteeg is a .315 hitter this year.
Swings a big cut. The first pitch there for a strike. And this one stays high and outside for 1-1. Stanley delivers outside again for the Roadrunners. Versteeg is ready. Chops it to the shortstop. And he'll be safe.
I think they ought to count that one as a base hit.
I think, yeah, that was a pretty tough one. It looked like it hit her glove pretty hard, like it was going to go through. And they are going to put that up as a hit. So a hard single to short, because even if she pulled that out, the throw was going to be close. So that'll bring up Madison Wade, the right fielder. She squares the bunt, pulls back.
Wade hitting .269 on the year, leads the team in stolen bases with 15 of them. And a big gap in right center, especially for a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, big area there. That one comes in high and inside, 2-0.
But they did their scouting report on Madison Wade. You see she's a slap hitter, and the third baseman is far in, anticipating that slap hit.
And that's outside. I don't know how tall Riley Morris is, but she's a big, it'd be hard to get it over the top of her over there at third. She's
sure would.
Got some length. And that's a 4-ball walk to Madison Wade. So the first base on balls issued here will bring up the top of the order, Taryn Swartz, who singled, stole a base. Her first time up, it was stranded at second. 1 for 1 so far. She'll step in on the left side. 2 outs. The Rockets looking for a 2-out rally. She moves ahead to another slap hitter. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Heineck, a .235 hitter.
Carlin Stanley out ahead of the batter here. See where she puts this one. Inside. A nice pitch. Came right inside and kind of handcuffed her there.
And
she fouls it off. Go ahead.
We saw this last game, and we see it again. You see the runner at second base, Brianna Versteeg. She's kind of signaling to the batter, Peyton Heineck, where the pitches are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
At least she did last pitch.
That one outside. Well, yeah, and I was back here watching. It was so obvious. She'd either put her hand at forward for inside or back for, or no, it was back for inside and forward for outside out there on second base. Here's the 1-2, and that one comes up high and inside. Count even now at 2-2.
How about that? 2-2, 2 down, second inning, 2 on. Any more 2s you can think of?
That 4 2s, I like that hand. Not the best one, but when you got 4 of a kind, and a swing and a miss. Strikes her out, and that ends the threat for EBF here in the top of the second. So they get no runs on 1 hit. 2 runners left on at the end of 1.5. No score. Back with the bottom of the second after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Do I look at the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Sly Richardson leading it off for I-35. Takes a strike. 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Roadrunners. No score. This one lifted toward the right side, and the catcher will make the play. Claire Yeager with the out. That'll bring up Shay Major.
Number 12,
Shy Major, excuse me. The catcher. That's a strike on the outside corner.
And Major, a .398 hitter on the year, which is very good, but below average for this I-35 team.
0-1 pitch. It's a high one. She takes a cut at it, and the catcher makes a great play to reel that in. Really got up and got back and on that. Claire Yeager puts out her counterpart behind the plate with a beautiful play. Brings up Riley Morris, the third baseman. She rips one toward the shortstop, and we got a 1-2-3 inning there by EBF as they go down in order in the second after 2 complete on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Network. No score, back with the top of the third right after this.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
And word of mouth, that's the main ways we receive our customers now, and after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none, and we're committed to it, and I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman, Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat and referral.
Back here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Network, Sports Network, we start the third inning. Randy Richmond, the pitcher at the plate, takes a ball. She flying out to third base her last time up. Davenport Assumption leading center point Urbana 9-1 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Swing and a miss for strike one for Richmond. And I think, Andrew, we saw all those pictures. They gave up some base runners in the first inning there, and then now they've kind of settled down and settled in a little bit.
Yeah, it sure does seem like that.
Swing and a miss. Strike two. Dar Danielson, Andrew Branstra here on CISN.TV. Jimmy Olson running the controls for us. Inside the air-conditioned press box, which is nice.
It sure is.
Especially earlier this afternoon. And there's a strikeout. And I went out to take some water over to the other diamond. It was oppressive is the word you could use with the heat there. Hagen Boyer, the shortstop. She struck out the first time up. Leader in home runs for EBF. Takes a strike.
4 strikeouts on the day thus far for Carlin Stanley.
Stanley windmills it in there for strike 2. That's one thing you don't want to see, you know, when you're up there at the plate as a pitcher getting a groove like that and start mowing them down.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
0-2 pitch is outside.
That's a good 0-2 pitch. You try to get them to chase, but if they don't, that's perfectly fine.
Another one outside, 2-2. 1 out.
And you can tell Hagen Boyer's a really good hitter just by the way she takes. Before she didn't swing, but you could see her getting her backside going before she swung.
This one ripped foul deep down the left field side.
And folks at home, if you would have seen how far that went, you would have been able to tell that she is a very good hitter.
If it had been straight, it would have been out on the highway out there, but it curved off to the left. Here's the 2-2. This one down the line, foul again.
Good job just chopping at that one, knowing you have to protect the plate. With 2 strikes, just fouls it off. Now she'll get another chance for another hit.
That's a good hitter who hits home runs too. You foul off those pitches that aren't so good and keep yourself alive. It's another sign there. Stanley to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strikes her out for strike number 2. Strikeout number 2 here. 2 away. And brings up Claire Yeager, the catcher. She walked in the first inning and got stranded at first. So no official at bat yet here.
On the season, a .410 hitter with 32 RBIs and 3 home runs.
And that one hits her. So she's walked and got hit by a pitch.
I was going to say, still no official at bat.
Yep. She'll run down the first. That breaks the run of strikeouts at 2 and brings up Raina Taylor, the center fielder. Flight out to the shortstop. And Lily Heineck in to run at first base for Yeager.
Seen a lot of sisters here today.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 Heinecks on this team. 2 Stanleys on I-35.
Swing and a miss. Big cut by Raina Taylor.
Taylor, a .378 hitter on the year.
That one outside. First and third, just inside the bag a little bit and ready for possible slap hit. This one fouled off.
And that one bounces off a fan's hand as he tried to catch it.
1 and 2.
That's why you bring your gloves to the game, unless you're in the press box.
Yeah. And you have to return those. You can't keep them as souvenirs either.
So he paid the price for no reason.
Outside. Ball 2. 2 and 2. So Stanley struck out the first 2, then hit the next batter, and is run to count the 2 and 2 here against Taylor. Swing and a miss, and strikes it out. Didn't quite strike out the side, but the 3 outs are all via strikeout in between the hit by pitch. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be I-35 batting when we come back here on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history.
And word of mouth. That's the main ways we receive our customers now, and after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none, and we're committed to it. And I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman, Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat and refer.
And a fly ball to right field, the lead off. The bottom of the third by Cheyenne Hyatt. And one down here for I-35 in this 2A semifinal. Brings up Olivia Carlson, the right fielder, the number 9 batter. Here for I-35. That pitch is outside from Randy Richmond for EBF.
Carlson, a 203 hitter on the year.
Looked like she's moving up the slap there and takes a ball.
And it's interesting, the first 6 hitters for I-35, all 400 or over, with the exception of Shea Major being within 2 points. And the bottom 3, just about all under 200, so a big difference.
Takes a strike there. 2-1. The count. Sun coming out a little bit. Swing and a miss. Was behind the clouds, now out a little bit. That's north, right? Are we, yeah, situated north, looking north. And called strike. Lob dropped that in there and got her looking for strikeout for out number 2. Got it just a little off of that pitch and it dropped in.
Yeah, that was beautiful. She was trying to slap it and she was almost out of the box. Didn't realize it was going to drop in. Really pulled the string on that one.
And Lily Miller, leadoff batter up. She flied out to the left. Her first time up. And that's a ball.
Miller, a 500 hitter on the year, so not too shabby.
And takes ball 2.
And a real violent pitching motion for Randy Richmond. That's got to take a lot out of you, especially in this heat.
Yeah, she really flings the whole arm and body into it. Brings that one in for a strike. 2-1. First baseman playing back. Third baseman in just a little bit. And deep for the second base and shortstop. That's going to go toward the gap, but the center fielder will come over and make the play. And the Roadrunners will go down in order in the bottom of the third inning. So with 3 complete, no score here in this 2A semifinal on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Network. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 4th after this.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Top of the 4th inning, no score here. 6, 7, and 8 batters for EBF, beginning with Terry Lane, the first baseman. She takes a ball from Carlin Stanley. And ball 2. So we are kind of situated, kind of looking north, a little catty corner here, but it was early when I got here, real early. That one outside, ball 3.
What time did you get here this morning?
Let's see. We left at 7, got here, or no, we got here about 8:30, I think.
Oh, I gotcha.
This one fouled back over to our left. Peter Tarpey up here. He's over on the other diamond working to get up here early to make sure we had everything set up and go on for a long day. But (3-1) hitter's pitch here. And strike on the outside. So credit Stanley with bringing that right on the edge. And now full count for Terry Lane. And they throw down and put her out after the drop strike.
Now batting number 7, Darian Johnson.
That'll bring up Darian Johnson. Strikeout, throw it out. And Darian Johnson, the designated player, flying out the shortstop her last time up.
And Johnson, a sophomore, is a .341 hitter on the year.
Second baseman, Stanley. Kate Stanley coming in to talk to Carlin Stanley. It's Stanley, Major behind the plate, Wickett first, Stanley at second, Richardson at short, and Riley Morris at third base. The outfield, left to right, Keanwell Williamson, Lily Miller, and Olivia Carlson for I-35. As that first pitch is a ball, the Johnson slaps one right to the second baseman. She'll stay on her knee and flip it over for out number 2. 2 away.
Next up for the Rockets,
Here,
Brianna Versteeg.
Brianna Versteeg, the second baseman, steps in there. She got a single and was stranded at first her last time up. And down the line, that'll be foul.
Got it right into no man's land and foul territory. Nobody was able to get to it.
Excuse me, she was stranded at second. She got the hit and then the base on balls, but Madison Wade moved her to second, but she was stranded there. For those of you who were scoring at home and checking up on me, this one's a strike right in there. 0-2. Carlin Stanley ahead in the count here. Not offering it, that one outside and high. Boom, strikeout. Ends the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4. EBF, they've left 3 on so far here. No score. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. I-35 coming up to bat after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
go to the bottom of the 4th inning, I-35. Carlin Stanley, the pitcher.
Number 9, Carlin Stanley leading off.
Leading it off, she doubled her first time up. Was stranded out there. Takes a ball. And then back with the strike. Randy Richmond working on 2 straight innings where she shut down the side in order against I-35. This one fouled off to the right. It's Randy Richmond, Claire Yeager catching, Terry Lane at first, Brianna Versteeg at second, Hagen Boyer at shortstop, Peyton Heineck at third, the outfield Terry Swartz, Rhina Taylor, and Madison Wade left to right for EBF. As this one is just outside. Run the count to 2-2. Pitcher against pitcher here. There's the 2-2. Slap back toward the slow roller to the shortstop. She'll come up and fire it over there for the out. Hagen Boyer. Almost, she came in a little bit. Almost, she was playing deep. Almost, if you let that roll too long, you don't come in. At the speed, Carlin Stanley showed a little bit there. And Kate Stanley, the second baseman up, she struck out her first time up and fouls off the first pitch.
So Carlin Stanley was not able to get it going. Let's see if Kate can. Kate, a .402 hitter on the year, struck out last time.
Slaps it toward the second baseman. Nice glove, backhanded throw. What a play. Wow. Brianna Versteeg shows some leather there. She goes to her left, backhands it to the first baseman, and there's 2 away.
And the threat is not over because the best hitter on the team hitting 538's up to bat.
Josie Wickett struck out her first time up, but she is a threat, as you said.
Anytime you're hitting that much over 500.
Takes a strike. Wow, strike 2. You talked about it earlier, Randy Richmond. She just winds up and full body release to the plate there. And it's ahead 0-2. And this one, Tapper foul. It's going to go foul on the first baseline.
And that makes it that much harder to tell whether it's going to be off speed or not because it looks like her whole body is coming into it, and then all of a sudden it comes in slow.
Comes in slow, yeah. She lets it off a little bit. This one fouled off the other way. Just so hard to get a bead on that when you're mixing up your pitches that well.
Mm-hmm. And Richmond's really thrown a gem thus far, only allowing 1 hit to a really high-powered offense.
0-2 pitch. This one fouled off again. Third foul ball here. Wickett making her work for it.
As great hitters do.
So 3 straight foul balls. Protecting the plate at 0-2. Oh, beauty there. Struck her out looking. She couldn't do anything about it. Just had to stand there and let it slide in. That's a 3rd straight inning of 1, 2, 3 down in order for I-35. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. No score yet here in this 2A semifinal on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Bottom of the order, then the top for EBF here. No score as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Madison Wade, the right fielder, takes a ball.
And I don't know if she pulled that back.
Well, the umpire said she didn't offer at it, so.
Good thing I'm not the umpire.
I don't know that you always have to pull it back, though, if you don't offer. If that goes foul. We got into this discussion one time in Little League as to offering or, anyway. 1-1, but
as opposed to fake bunting or that's
going back to the Randy Richmond pitch to end that last inning, man. That just dropped in there on Josie Wickett, and she stood there and struck out as that one is a ball, and that's going to fool a lot of batters.
Sure is. If there was a time to fake bunt and pull back and just try to bloop it somewhere, it'd be right now. If you look where the middle infield's playing, that's just
all in there. She taps it over, and that goes foul.
I mean, the second baseman is far, far in front of the pitching circle.
They're all anticipating that bunt. Now with 2 strikes, let's see. She still may do that, or she can, as you say, slap it over the top. Outfield pulled in 2. That one comes inside for 2-2.
But she trusts her speed enough that she's willing to still bunt, and that's impressive.
Swing and just got a piece of that one. Credit Carlin Stanley. She's worked around a couple hits here too. A hit and a base on balls in the second, and then a hit and a hit by pitch. Or no, a hit by pitch, I guess it was, in the third. So worked around a few base runners. Now this one comes in high, and she ends up delivering the walk there for Eddyville Blakesburg. And you like that number 9 hitter getting the leadoff walk, Andrew.
Yeah, you sure do. That'll bring up the top of your order. Not to mention, Madison Wade has the most stolen bases on this EBF team, and with 15 on the year.
Taryn Swartz, the leadoff, the left fielder for the Rockets. Comes up, we're going to slap it and fouls it off the bat.
And I'm thinking you might think about stealing second here.
Yeah, because I got a feeling in this game the first run could be the only one, the first one to go on top. That might be enough to hold up here as we're in the 5th inning.
At the same time, in the back of your head, if you're the coach, you're thinking, well, finally I got a base runner with none down, and I don't want to ruin that. But
yeah, but you want to advance them into scoring position here. And she turns squares, pulls back, and a strike called. So now in the hole, 0-2.
And some coaches will leave the bunt on with 2 strikes, and I've had coaches that have done that before in high school. Let's see if they do it here.
Swartz swings through and struck out. She's got a single, then struck out twice now, and that'll bring up Randy Richmond, the pitcher, who's flied out to third and struck out. Had a chance to help her own cause with a runner at first for Richmond. Now way outside on that pitch.
How about through 4 1/3, 9 strikeouts?
Wow. Just 3 hits total in the ball game so far. 2 for Eddyville Blakesburg, 1 for I-35. There's a deep shot! Gone! Home run! Randy Richmond.
And how about that? The pitcher coming up big to help her own cause, and she loves it, giving the third base coach a big high five.
Randy Richmond. Well, she threw a gem of a pitch to strike out the side. That last one then comes to the plate and jacks one over the left field fence to give the score the first 2 runs and give her team the 2-0 lead here in this 2A semifinal in the top of the 5th inning. Man, it was a screamer out there over the fence. And she turned on it. And a 2-run homer with 1 out by Randy Richmond, the pitcher, and that'll bring up Hagen Boyer, the shortstop.
And that'll be her 26th and 27th RBIs on the year. And for Richmond, that is her 4th home run.
Carlin Stanley was kind of cruising along there, and just one pitch in a bad area that she turned on, and now looking at a 2-0 deficit. Well, we'll see how they react here and recover from that. Boyer with 2 strikeouts so far. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
So the biggest offensive threats on each team have struck out every plate appearance.
How many times do we say it? You walk the number 9 batter, let him get on base, and then it comes back to burn you.
Oh, yep.
And it did there. This is strike 2.
Walks and errors, they'll always come back to hurt you.
0-2 pitch, slap foul. Credit Madison Wade. She hung in there, ran the count full, and then drew the walk. And then she gets to trot around the bases when Richmond hits it over the fence. Swinging a long fly ball. It's going to go foul off the left side.
That's the second absolute bomb that Boyer
Boyer's
hit foul.
Yeah. She's hit that one a little straighter than the last one. If she keeps getting farther toward the infield, this one of those is going to stay in there for
maybe next at
the park. Yeah, if it stays fair. Well, that first one really took off to the left. That one a little farther in. And now 1 and 2 hitting behind in the count again. This one ripped towards right center field. Hits off the fence. She'll round into second and hold up there with the double for Hagen Boyer.
And that one looked like it had a chance of getting out as well.
So a home run and now a double with 1 out. Brings up Claire Yeager, the catcher. And she was hit by a pitch last time up. Walked and hit by a pitch. Takes a strike low. 2-0 off that homer by Randy Richmond here. EBF in the top of the 5th inning. Going to third, and she's in there. Boyer steals third.
And great job on that one. Now a sac fly is going to score you, especially with the speed of Boyer.
Yeah. So got that runner down at third here, and a lot more potential for scoring. This one ripped foul over toward the bullpen over there. 1 and 2. Claire Yeager hanging in there, the catcher, against Carlin Stanley. This one popped up. Catcher comes over. Third baseman, though, will take it. We're out number 2. So 2 away, but you still got a runner at third. And Raina Taylor, the center fielder, is up. She's flying out to the shortstop and struck out. 0 for 2. But I think third time through the lineup, Andrew, they're starting to figure out Carlin Stanley a little bit here.
Yeah, it sure seems like it.
He'll step in. 0-1 count. This one slapped down the right side. That's going to go foul.
Yeah, Carlin Stanley is a very good pitcher. 1.12 ERA, 1,000 career strikeouts, leads 2A with 329 just this year, and they've really caught her. They've really, gotten into her zone.
0-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner at third for EBF. They've got a 2-0 lead, scoring 2 here. This is a swing and a miss. And a strikeout. It ends the inning, but not before the damage is done. 2 runs on 2 hits, including the home run by Randy Richmond. And at the end of 4.5, it's EBF 2, I-35 nothing. Back with the bottom of the 5th inning after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
And word of mouth. That's the main ways we receive our customers now, and after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none, and we're committed to it. And I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat.
Sly Richardson fouls it off, and it's caught by the first baseman here as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. With the first out by the shortstop. That'll ring up Shy Major, the catcher for I-35, find themselves trailing here for the first time. Pitch to the shortstop. Throw over. And quickly, 2 down here for I-35.
And the momentum is completely gone in EBF's direction. And all of a sudden, you have a 1 or 2 pitches and 2 outs, bringing up your 7-hole.
Riley Morris, third baseman, flying out to the shortstop, her last time up. Swing and a miss.
She is a .238 hitter on the year.
Randy Richmond helped her own cause with a 2-run homer. Now back out there. And a chopper to short. Over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here for EBF. So 5 innings complete. It's EBF 2, I-35 nothing. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning right after this.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Sports Network here at Fort Dodge. 2A semifinal, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont on top 2-0, and Randy Richmond has retired the side 4 straight innings now against I-35, and then she hit a 2-run homer to put her team up. And Andrew, all the momentum on EBF's side right now as Terry Lane comes to bat, the first baseman.
And if you're EBF right now, you're playing against a really, really good offensive team in the I-35 Roadrunners. You can't let back right now. You cannot play to lose. Excuse me, you can't play to not lose. You have to play to win. You have to keep putting on the runs.
So 3-0 here against Carlin Stanley.
A lot of times you'll see teams get content, especially in a game like this where runs don't seem like they're coming, but really 2 runs isn't that much.
And there's a 4-ball walk given up by Stanley. That'll bring up a designated player, Darian Johnson. And it'll be Johnson who's flied out and grounded out. And we'll have a pinch runner over there. Number 8, what did he say? Emily Davis?
I believe so.
Yep, Emily Davis, number 8, running.
And for I-35,
Terry Lane.
And for I-35, Carlin Stanley's really their only option. They have one other pitcher that's thrown at all this year. She's only thrown 7 innings all year.
Darian Johnson will step in with a runner at first, no outs. And EBF leading 2-0 here in the top of the 6th. She squares to bunt, pulls back.
Thinks about the snap throw, but nobody was there to cover.
Yeah. Ball 1. Bunts that one foul. So 2 home runs here today, both of them about in the same spot out there in right center. Is a little bit of a breeze, looks like, blowing from the south across. Maybe that way. Here's a bunt right back to the pitcher, and that'll do the job and sacrifice the runner over for Johnson. 1 out, runner at second, and bring up Brianna Versteeg, the second baseman. Singled and struck out, 1 for 2 at the plate today. She squares and can't get around on that for strike 1.
And once again, trying to move the runner over and I guess get her to third with 2 outs. That would bring up your 9 hole.
Oh, 1. Swing and a miss.
And that was a very good swing. She was just right under it.
Oh, 2 caught her looking. She laid off and thought it was inside, but the umpire rung her up 2 away. Brings up Madison Wade, the right fielder, who has walked twice and scored once. She was walked and was on base. She takes a ball there on base when Randy Richmond jacked it out of here. Strike right down the middle.
And she kind of gave up on that pitch. She wasn't, I don't think she was planning on swinging in the first place.
No, she just kind of eased off. Swing there, miss. 1 and 2. Well, we get out of trouble here again, as you said, for this offense. For I-35, they've been pretty potent all season. And there's a strikeout, number 2 in the inning. So no runs, no hits, and 1 left on base here. So 5 left on for Eddyville Blakesburg, but they go into the bottom of the 6th inning, leading 2-0. Back with that after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Cheyenne Hyatt takes a strike here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. The number 8 batter for I-35, trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. That one's outside. And Randy Richmond has retired the side in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. There's a strike. And, man, you look back to the first inning, a double given up by Richmond. There's one tapped back to her. She'll handle it, throw it out easily. But Andrew, that double, the second batter. And since then, she has not given up a hit or a walk and let a player get on base.
Yeah, it's very impressive. She is one, other than that one blemish, she has thrown literally a perfect game.
Olivia Carlson, the right fielder, up now. She struck out looking, back in with third. And she slides up looking to slap hit it maybe and takes a ball. Yeah, the second batter gave up that double and then struck out the next two batters. It was a one-out double and struck out the next two batters, and then she's not given up a base runner since. That one's low for ball two.
You don't usually like to toss around the word gem, but she's thrown a gem thus far.
Yep. Not bad at all, and then helped her own side there. There's a strike with the two-run homer.
I'd say she's been the MVP of this game thus far if it ended right now.
They were mad if I didn't do that.
There's the 2-1. Pitch with one out. That's a strike called. It's a 2-2 to the number 9 hitter, Olivia Carlson, the right fielder. Her second at bat, struck out looking the first time up. This one slapped up. Catcher, nice play by Claire Yeager. Ran that one down and looked up to see the third baseman coming in, but didn't bother her, and she made the play, gloved it, squeezed it, and there's two away. We go to the top of the order. Lily Miller with two flyouts here for I-35, looking to get things going, looking for a two-out rally for the Roadrunners. And takes a ball. Class 2A semifinal here, looking for a meeting with Regina tomorrow in the championship. There's a strike call. Regina, a 2-1 winner over Durant in the first game here in 2A. That one, inside strike.
See if she can't set him down one more time.
Just kind of fooled Miller there. She had the bat right back on that. I think she thought it was going to be in and caught the corner. This one slapped right to the third baseman. And a hot smash, and it's a 1-2-3 inning again for EBF. We'll go to the top of the 7th. They have a 2-0 lead over I-35. Back with the top of the 7th after this.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa, and here.
Seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
We start the top of the 7th. Eddyville Blakesburg, top of the order. Terrence Swartz takes a ball. She's got a single, 2 strikeouts here. And lays off of that one. And Andrew, Lily Miller probably hit one of the hardest hit balls we've seen here at the end of that last inning, but it was right at Peyton Heineck. And she got the glove up and, man, smothered it. And there's a foul.
It was kind of a reactionary catch, you know. You see something that fast coming at you, you just kind of stick your arms up. I mean, I'm not giving her credit because that was a phenomenal catch. But
yeah. But that's one of those cases, too, where I-35 is thinking, man, what do we got to do to sneak one through? Right. She smokes that one, but right at probably the tallest player, the biggest target there with the glove out there.
Yep.
And that one's high. Two and two. Just lean off batter here. Top of the 7th. Fouls that one off. And EBF. You talked about it. They'd like to get some more insurance runs. Never have too many here. This one's flipped back and caught. Nice catch by the fan there.
And your hand can't go through the window.
And yeah, just short of us here. 2-2 with 2 fouled it off twice. Hang with 2 strikes. This one is lifted toward the left side. The shortstop says, I'll take it. Sly Richardson moves in behind the third baseman, and for the fly ball put out, 1 down for EBF.
As a coach, you love to see that right there. You love to see your shortstop calling off your third baseman. She's the captain of the infield as far as pop fly priorities go.
Randy Richmond swing and a miss. Her last time up, she hit a 2-run homer. Only 2 runs in this ball game, and now the catcher's coming out. Shea Major wants to talk it over with the team, rally them. Randy Richmond flew out to third, struck out, and then drove one deep to left center over the fence with Madison Wade on board. And that's where we're at here in the top of the 7th. 2-0 lead. And a 1-strike count with 1 out. Fouled that one off. Dropped behind 0-2. And Garland Stanley ahead in the count against her counterpart. And got her swinging there, fouled it off. And I-35, they need to shut this down and then come in and got to get the bats working. Yeah. Just 1 base hit here.
They've got a tall order ahead of them.
That one's high for ball 1. 1-2. Swing. And did you get a piece of that?
I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah,
she had 2 strikes.
Yeah. I thought you did anyway. That's what I got her for. Must have got a piece of that. But I thought it went back to the catcher, too. I don't know.
Something we must have just not. I don't know. That's odd.
Ball 2, unless we missed a strike there somewhere, but I thought she had 2. Because she's fouled a couple off anyway. But anyway, 2-2 count, 1 out. And okay, so
I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So that's a full count now, I guess. Okay.
Did she switch bats?
Well, she must have switched bats. She ran over there. I thought she was going down. I thought it was only a 2-2 count. Now it's a full count, 1 out. Okay. I'm not exactly sure here. Now there's a strikeout finally. Okay, that was a weird at bat there because it looked like she struck out a couple times, but
maybe after hitting that home run, she deserved a couple more chances.
Yeah, I'll give you an extra one there. Hagen Boyer is struck out and hit a double. Got stranded at third. Takes a strike on the outside with 2 outs. EBF up 2. here in the top of the 7th, looking to advance to the title game to face Iowa City Regina. Foul off to the left. Down on the count, 0-2. Carlin Stanley looking to close out this top of the 7th. And then the Roadrunners can get running on the bases a little bit. Just one hit against Randy Richmond of EBF so far in this ball game. And that one bounces on the way in. 2-2 with 2 outs. 4 hits for EBF, 1 for I-35. That one's high.
And you love an insurance run here with 2 outs. I mean, it really can't hurt, especially with that meat of that really good offensive I-35 squad coming up next inning.
Full count, pitch, and she'll go to first on the walk. It is a base on balls, I think. She ran down there. The guys, I'm glad that we're not the only ones. The other guys in the press box here weren't sure with that last at bat how that ended up either. With Claire Yeager comes up, the catcher.
For a second, I thought we were just missing something, but it's not just us.
No, everybody up here was like, what happened? Because it looked like she struck out once, and then she went down. Here's one lifted to the right side of the diamond. First baseman drops it, and it's fair.
Oh, throw it to first.
And she came back up the line, Yeager, thinking. They might call, are they going to call interference on the runner? We'll see.
I don't know if it was.
I don't think it was. She was in. No.
More than anything, I thought the ball was foul. I thought she caught it in foul territory.
Well, I'm not sure.
Now, she may have ran into the runner far before she got to the ball because I did see her kind of stumbling. I didn't see her run into the runner.
She stayed, as long as you stay, you know, in that.
Yeah, it's her base path.
So bringing up Raina Taylor. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. And they throw down a third. Not there as the runner goes to second. And that's a pinch runner out there. Is it number 8?
I can't quite get a number.
I think it may be. I think it's, well, maybe not.
At second?
Yeah.
Number 11.
Okay.
And that's going to be Grace McCudden. Gracie McCudden, I should say.
1-1 count against Raina Taylor. Ball. They're 2-1. Runners at second and third now, with 2 outs. Number 5 batter up. Swing. Caught a piece of that one. 2-2 count, 2 outs.
All of a sudden, the EBF is in business here in the top of the 7th. 2 runners in scoring position. A 378 hitter and Raina Taylor up to bat.
And throw down again. As Hagen Boyer causing a lot of trouble over there at third, trying to get the attention of the catcher. So we got a full count here.
And that's smart. You may draw an errant throw. That's not too uncommon.
Now here's the payoff pitch. High, Wachter loads the bases.
And in some facets, that's not a horrible thing.
Not a bad thing, no. As long as you come back and get the next batter or get them into.
Because really, right now you're playing to not allow them to score.
Yeah,
you know?
you don't want another run in and go down 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 7th. You want to keep it right where it's at. Brings up Terry Lane. She's grounded out twice and walked.
Especially with Terry Lane far lower average than Raina Taylor. It just makes sense. Loading the bases, force outs everywhere, everything.
There's a strike one. High, ball one.
Unless, of course, she walks her here.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot do that. You got to get her to hit somewhere because you got an out at any bag right now. With 2 outs, runners, the base is loaded. And misses on the outside edge. Boy, Shane Major tried to pull that over the plate and get the call, but couldn't get the umpire. So 2-1. Slap to the shortstop. She'll go to first, and that will end the inning. Let's see, no runs, no hits, and 3 left on. As he had an error on that one error. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. I-35 needing 2 runs to keep this game alive. That's coming up after this on CISN.TV.
We don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
We will go to the bottom of the 7th inning. I-35 up to bat. The 2-3-4 hitters. They need 2 runs to keep this alive and keep alive their hopes of advancing to the state championship matchup here in Class 2A. Dar Danielson, Andrew Banstra with you. And Richmond delivers a strike. Randy Richmond is not allowed a base runner through the last 5 innings. Swing and fouled that off. 0-2. She jumps out ahead of Carlin Stanley, her counterpart there, who was the only base runner for I-35. Doubled, was stranded there, and grounded out. That one on the outside edge, and she took it.
That's a tough pitch to take
Whoa,
with 2 strikes.
With 2 strikes, yeah.
But she's got a good hitter's eye, apparently.
Yeah, and she's a pitcher, too, so maybe she, slaps this one into the gap. And a base hit.
Ooh, I thought that one might have gotten away from her.
Yeah, might have almost hit her coming back in from the outfield. So a single to right field for Carlin Stanley. That'll bring up Kate Stanley, the second baseman, who struck out and grounded out. And a pinch runner will come on.
And I said Grace McCudden last inning, but I was looking at the I-35 team. So this is Gracie McCudden.
This is Gracie McCudden. Okay.
Last inning, that pinch runner, that was Lily Heineck.
Okay. Gracie McCudden. And stepping to the plate, Kate Stanley. And she represents the tying run here. And there's a strike. That's the first base runner since the second batter in the first inning, and it's the same batter, Carlin Stanley, who got a double. The second batter. This one's outside. 1-1. It took her all the way through to the 7th inning, the first batter, leadoff batter in the bottom of the 7th, to get another runner on. This one lifted towards center, right to the center fielder. She'll throw to first, but the runner's back easily.
How about that for an arm in center field?
Wow. Yeah. Raina Taylor fired a rocket over there. It wasn't in time, but if that runner had been off first a little more and had been watching, man, that could have easily been a double play from center field.
That was impressive.
Brings up Josie Wickett. She lines it to the shortstop. A little trouble with that, and throws it almost into the dugout. Runner's going to go to third while runner's at first and third. And that kind of handcuffed her, and she came up and threw hard and wide. We'll see how they score that. They'll call that a single in the infield because that ball came up hard and really kind of caught her, and she threw to first. fired it over there. So we got the tying run at first, 1 out here as the Rockets trying to make a comeback. And there's going to be a meeting. There's a meeting at the mound, as you see out there, for EBF.
If I'm the head coach for EBF, if I'm Tony Fenton right now, I'm telling my team, you are very close. You've been playing very well all game. That was just something that happens in softball. That just happens, you know, errant throws are made. You've only allowed 3 hits in this whole game. Just take a deep breath, stand by your pitcher, and play good defense as you have all game, and it'll work out.
So they're out there talking with Randy Richmond, and there are Albia 2-1 over Mount Vernon in top of the second in 3A. Right here, I-35 trying to keep this game alive here, the 2A semi, trying to advance. Runners at first and third. Pitch is low. This is Sly Richardson, the shortstop. Takes a ball. 1 out. Here's Richmond with the delivery. Strike called. 1-1. And she'd been so good. Only gave up 1 hit through the first 6. Now 2 hits here in the 7th. And that one low. And the lights are coming on here. It's just starting to get late in the day. 2-1 delivery. Slap back to the pitcher. She'll go to first. Looks back. The runner goes to first. Nice play. Almost threw it high, though, but
I was thinking she was going to try to turn 2. Probably a good decision not to, though.
Yeah. She looked to third, then threw to first to get out number 2. So we've got runners at second and third. A base knock by Shy Major could tie this game up, but she takes an outside pitch. They're trailing 2-0 here.
Doesn't get much more fun than this.
Yep. She's 0 for 2, flying out, grounded out. Drives this one toward the second baseman. She calls him off, makes the play. And that will end the game. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So they leave 3 on. Could not get a run across. And it'll be EBT advancing 2-0. They'll face Iowa City Regina at 4:55 tomorrow for the championship. EBT fans, they play tomorrow at 3:30 in the third place game against Durant. So, wow. I-35 almost brought it back. They had the tying run on base, but couldn't get him across. And so the final here, 2-0. EBT downs I-35. They'll meet Iowa City Regina in the championship match in Class 2A coming up tomorrow afternoon at 4:55, or tomorrow evening, I should say, 4:55. That's going to wrap it up for 2A. We'll have 1A coming up, a key high against Westwood. That's at 7 o'clock, approximately 7 o'clock here on CISN.TV on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Mid-American Energy Network. That wraps up Class 2A semifinal.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history. This